Alright guys, how we doing today? I've got a really nice, light, buttery broth that we're going to make that's very versatile for multiple different avenues. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this buttery broth, and then I'm going to show you one way that I like to do it at home and I like to do it here at the store. What it is, it's a fennel and tomato buttery broth scented with fresh basil and fresh ginger. I got fennel, like I've done before in other segments. You make sure you cut the heart out. And then you're going to julienne this. And then we got one nice yellow onion. This is a really cool recipe because it's ingredients that people at home aren't always used to messing with. And a lot of times they're intimidated about it because they've never had it in a very nice, easy application. But if you try it at home, you'll see that it's a really nice dish. These vegetables, fennel and ginger, real easy to work with. I got a pan getting nice and hot. We're going to add some oil. So I don't burn anything, I'm going to bring this pan over here. And I'm going to add my fennel and my onions. So we just want to put that on the heat. And we're going to develop some flavor. So we're going to open up our chicken. I chose to use skinless, boneless chicken thighs because chicken thighs are one of my favorite, or is basically my favorite part of the chicken to use. Season both sides. We're going to go ahead and get our chicken cooking. Remember, that nice, good searing sound should scream flavor to you. Alright, so now we've got some good flavor developed and some good color on our fennel and our onions. We're going to come over here and we're going to chop a little garlic and get our ginger ready. Best way to handle ginger is I like to peel it with a knife. Sometimes people like to use a peeler, some kind of little grater, or sometimes they'll use the back of a spoon. I just use a knife. What we're going to do is we're going to grate a little bit of it to add in there now, and then we're going to have some to put right at the last minute, so it gives a really nice, bright and fresh flavor. If you're not comfortable slicing like this, I'll show you another alternative that works just fine. But if you are comfortable using your knife, just nice and thin. Garlic, just nice and rough chopped. Alright, we're ready to go straight to the pan with our fennel and onions. So we're going to head over to the skillet. We don't want to saute the ginger and the garlic too long because I want to keep those nice bright characteristics there. And then I've got my chicken stock here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab my can of tomatoes that I pureed. And get a cup of white wine. So we're going to stir this and we're just going to let this simmer. So this right here is a great base broth that's very versatile. Now what we're going to do from here is I'm going to show you how to put a dish on the table. I got my chicken thighs cooking. Got a nice sear on there. We're just going to let those chicken pretty much cook all the way in the pan. We're going to let our broth come up. And we're going to come over here and go ahead and get the rest of this stuff together. Like I said, I was going to show you how you could grate ginger. Run it on the microplane, and it'll stay on the actual microplane, so you'll just let it sit there until you're ready to use it. Now we'll go ahead and get our basil together. So you just take all your leaves, roll it up. We're going to do a nice chef nod, and then we're going to give it a little chop. So now we're going to head over to our broth. We're going to give it a nice stir. Got a good temperature going there. Now here's the first step to getting a dish on the table. What I have here is a really nice orzo pasta. Give that a nice stir. We're going to add a pinch of salt. Let this come up to a boil. And one beautiful thing about orzo is it doesn't take very long to cook. But man, you're going to see how well it absorbs all those flavors that you work so hard to get developed in that pan. While our orzo finishes cooking, we're going to go ahead and finish this dish. The first step is I've got my chicken thighs cooked. I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken thighs to my good tomato, ginger, and fennel broth. I'm going to add all those juices in there. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to add our basil. The rest of that ginger that we grated. And you'll see that the recipe called for orange olive oil. If you can't get your hands on a really good extra virgin olive oil scented with orange, all you need to do is right before you take it off the pan, we're going to squeeze a little fresh orange in there. We're going to take about a tablespoon of butter, add that last minute. And hey, you got your zester out, your microplane, why not put a little orange zest in there? Now all we need to do, stir it up and go to the plate. So right before we hit the plate, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Parmesan cheese, mix that into it. We're going to be ready to plate. So, make sure you get plenty of goodies. If you want to, you can add a little cheese before you put the chicken thighs on there. Really nice, quick family meal, good and healthy. All right, so let's see how we did. That'd definitely be a great meal any day of the week. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you soon.